Everywhere you go in Rye, there are little reminders of businesses from the past and a clue to the prosperity that the town once enjoyed. I mean, nowadays it's reliant on tourism to a great extent, but you can't really live here, especially up here in the town centre, unless you've got pots of money. And we're in an area where, unfortunately, I know it's a bit political, people with money have driven out the locals because local people can't afford to buy local houses anymore. So as the kids grow up, there's nothing for them. So a lot of them have now moved away, trying to find somewhere better and cheaper to live. But as a reminder of the wealth that's in the area, this shop here, milliner's shop, I mean, you look at this stuff here in the window. You can hire hats here, but you notice there's no prices in the window. I think I've said this before, but I'll say it again. I remember my dad, oh, just 1 second. Here's another old business. It's now a gift shop, but this used to be Adams, and they were printers and stationers. So Roy was pretty self-sufficient. Yeah, as I was saying, Dad used to say to me, yeah, I'd stand at a shop window and have a look. He said, "Are there any price labels on it, son?" "No, Dad, why?" He said, "Oh," he said, "if there's no price tag, you can't afford it. Don't even go and ask." And you know, he was absolutely right. Sing a song of sixpence. A pocket full of rye. 24 blackbirds baked in a pie. And when the pie was open, the birds began to sing. Now, I can cook a little bit, so even I know that pie wasn't cooked. And here we are again. And what do you know? Over there, up behind the clouds, Mr. Sun is playing peekaboo with us. Look at that. What a nice way to end my visit to the town of Rye. And I'm now going to make my way down to that road down there, and amongst the trees, where I'm going to have a look at the final bridge of the river Rother. Well, the last time we saw this river, the Rother, we were at the Scots Float Sluice, which is now the boundary of the tidal stretch. I'm not sure whether the tide's right in at the moment. It must be fairly well in, because the fishing boats are coming in on the high tide. There's the railway bridge over the Rother, and that's the point on that bend at which at one time the Rother, as I spoke a little bit earlier, was diverted into the Tillingham. Around the back of the town. So it didn't last long. Within 10 years the river had decided it didn't want to go that way and started back on its old course. So this is the final bridge over the River Rother. Looking towards the town of Rye. Now, just behind me over there is the Frieda Garden School, but looking along this track here, I can't help wondering if that's the track bed of the old Rye and Camber tramway, because the Rye station was here in this little area. The Rye and Camber tramway, another one of those little Colonel Stevens lines. It lasted from 1895 to 1939, and I say 1939 because that was the end of passenger carrying services. Yes, Mr. Sheep, I know. The military commandeered it during the Second World War, handed it back in 1945-46, but it was in such a dilapidated state it wasn't considered to be viable to restore it, so that unfortunately was the end of the Rye and Camber tramway. Actually, looking at the flow down there, I think those fishing boats have come back in on just the last bits of the high tide, because as you can see, there is a definite flow seawards here, so the tide is on its way out. And there's the fishing fleet all tied up around there, and I'm sure if you wanted to buy some fresh fish you could get some this morning. But looking along there towards the industrial areas of the new Rye Harbour, I say new, hardly new now, you can see how the flood banks have been built up just to make sure this area possibly never floods again. And before I head down that way, we take our last look in Rye, and there once more are the quarter boys up at the church, although can't get them in good focus this morning, but there you have it. The last bridge over the River Rother. I've made it. And as I just pan round here, the sun is still playing peekaboo. That bit of cloud just doesn't want to move, does it? So once more looking towards Camber, Rye Harbour, the modern day Rye Harbour. Sadly, no birds down there to speak of. Lots of rotting wood and stuff where I guess there might have been jetties at one time. That, I think, was a heron just flew by. Rather strange she's going down there, because I suppose they do fish in brackish waters. Aha! The rock dove, and there is Mr. Sun. Good morning, Mr. Sunshine. Now, I thought I heard a train. I wonder. So we'll just pan out on that bridge for a few minutes. And nothing. So I think I'd better get moving now before it gets too busy. Did you hear that echo? Right over the valleys there. So he can't be far away. Here he goes. One of the 4 coach trains transferred here from ScotRail, because up to that time they only had ridiculously stupid 2-car units which never coped with everybody, particularly during the summer. And actually I think it was lucky I did get distracted by the train, because there is the sun shining on the boats, on the fishing moorings in Rye. And so with the Tillingham and the Breed coming through the rock channel and meeting the Rother just to the left on the picture, the 3 rivers of Rye become one, and I have reached my journey's end. Thank you for following my adventure.